Hi all, welcome to Salesforce Talks. So we are planning to upload many videos about flows in the upcoming days. As you all aware, Salesforce is planning to deprecate workflow and process builder next year. So learning Salesforce flows is very important for everyone now. Okay, so we will start with the basic screen flow today, and we will upload more videos in the upcoming days. Okay. So I have an object called employees. Here I have few fields related to the employees: employee name, email, CTC, mobile number, date of birth, country, like that. So I'm going to create a simple screen flow to get employee details, and I want to create the employee record using that screen flow. Okay. First, go to setup, go to flows. Here you can click new flow. If you click new flow, it will show all the type of flows. Here we are going to create screen flow. So using screen flow, you can do the user interaction. I mean, you can get the values from users to perform any actions. So we are going to get the values from users using the screen flow, and we are going to create a new employee record. So I'm choosing screen flow here, click create. So this is auto layout. You can change it to free form as well. So if it is free form, you can align the components, you can order the components. If you choose auto layout, it will order all the elements in a specific order. That is the difference. Okay. So first I'm going to create one screen to get all the employee details. So on the left hand side, you can see all the available elements for this screen flow. So I'm going to add one screen first. So just click and drag and drop it in the flow builder. So here we need to provide a name for this screen. Just screen one, save a name. So here this is the screen header. This is the screen footer. So I have the options to customize these to header and footer as well. So here your flow label, when you are completing your flow, you will be saving, right? So when you the flow label will be displayed here. So if you don't want to display the flow name in the screen flow, you can just go to the configurator and you can remove the header. Similar to that, you have the option to configure the footers as well. So if you don't want to display any of the buttons, pause, previous, finish, you can use hide options. Or if you want to provide a different name, so instead of finish, you want to provide some other name also, you can rename it using the use a custom label option. So here I am just hiding previous and pause options. Okay. So this is our screen. So as of now, our screen is empty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some values from the user. So here the input variables are available. These are all the data types. So using that, you can create multiple variables to get the information from the user. For example, if you want to get the employee name, you need to create a variable with the text data type. Okay, similar to that, we have all the data types. So instead of creating multiple variables, you can go with the records variable as well. So as of now, it is a beta version, but it is a very good one. So instead of creating 10 different variables, you can create only one record variable and you can store all the information. So I will cover this option in the upcoming videos. Today I will use these options. We are going to create multiple variables. So before creating the variables, I am going to display one simple text to the customer. Please enter the employee information in the below screens like that. So here I'm just adding the display text. So using the display text option, you can just display information, but you can't get any values from the user. Here, please enter employee details below. So this is the information I want to display. Here, I'm going to get the employee details. First, I'm going to get the employee name. So either you can use name. It will be having different first name, last name, those kind of options. I'm simply using text variable. So here name. What is the name you want to display for this field in the screen? Employee name. So if you want to make this field as mandatory, you can check this box right here. That's it. Next I'm going to get the date of birth. I'm using date. And then I'll use the pick list for gender. So in the pick list, so here we are creating the variable, but we need to configure what are the values should be displayed in the screen, right? So when the user clicking the drop down, it should display the values like male and female. So what we are going to do, we are going to fetch the values from exact and the employee object gender field. So how you are going to refer that values? So in the choice set, either you can enter the value, you can hard code the value here, or you can refer the values from a particular object. So I'm going to click and create new choice resource. Resource means variable here. Here, choose pick list choice set, name, emb gender. So it is asking from which object I want to refer the value. Employee. The data type is a pick list. So it will display all the pick list value fields here. So I'm choosing gender. Click done. So it will get all the values from that employee object and it will display here in my screen. Okay. So for the pick list, we have two options. Either you can display in this drop down option, or you can use the radio buttons option as well in order to display the values. So I will use this radio button for the country pick list. Country. So here also the choice set I'm going to create new choice resource, pick list choice set, country. In the object it's employee, pick list, country. Create one more field for storing the mobile number. Next one for other number. Okay, so I have added a few fields in my screen. So I'm clicking done. So we have collected all the input, whatever we want, the name, date of birth, and mobile number extra in this screen. So with that information, we need to create a new employee record. So in order to create the record, I'm using the create records element. Just add it here. Employee. So here we are going to create one record. Also here we are not using the record variable. So we have created multiple variables to store multiple information. Like we have created one variable for name, one variable for date of birth, one variable for gender, like that. So here we need to choose the second option, use separate resources and literal values. Here we need to choose in which object you want to create a record. Employee. Here we need to map the field values. Here in the left hand side, it will display all the fields from the employee object. In the right hand side, it will display all the screen elements, whatever the input we have collected in the screen. So you need to map exactly. For example, here I'm choosing the name, employee name. So this is the name field. So here we have collected the name information in the name screen element, employee name screen element. If you scroll down, you can see screen components. In the screen components, it will display all the screen variables, whatever we have created. So this is the employee name variable. So here only whatever the value entered by the user in the employee name field will be stored. So I am mapping here for this name field. So similar to that, you need to map it for all the fields. So if you have any mandatory fields in your object, you must map it. Otherwise, it will throw an error. You will not be able to create a record. So here, next one is date of birth. And then it's not like you should follow the same order in your screen as your screen. You can map in any of the order. Mobile number. Next one is country. Gender. Other. Okay. I think I have mapped all the fields. That's it. I'm just clicking done. So we have created two elements. One is for getting the values, one is for creating the employee record. So I'm just mapping in which order I want to call these elements. So you can move it or arrange it as per your wish. Okay. So if you want to display any confirmation message once the employee is created, you can create one more screen. Okay. So it is a so here instead of finish, I want to display as close. So I'm using a custom label close. That's it. So here I wanted to add only one display text. It is a API name. I should not provide spaces for here. That's it. Okay. So we have created a flow. I'm just saving it. Save it. So you want to see whether how it is working. So you can and use the debug option to check whether it is working correctly or not before you adding this wherever you want. Okay, I'm just clicking debug. The screen whatever we have created will be displayed here. Click run. So this is the first screen we have created. Date of birth May 1st, 2000. Gender So you can see these values are taken from the employee object directly. So here this is the radio buttons option we have chosen. So you can see it is showing the values with the radio button option. You can choose any one of the value. India, mobile number, clicking next. So here you can see it is showing the close button. So in the right hand side, you can see what are the values we entered in the screen. Okay, for the name, and you can see what happened next. It went to the create records and it passed all the values. The result in the record is created. The ID is also there. If you click close, the flow is completed. So if I go to the employee object, if I go to all records, I will order out the created date. Choose descending and should show the newly created record. So this is the value we entered in the flow. Employee 29th May, this is the mobile number, this is the date of birth, gender, and the country we provided, India. So you can see a record got created with the values we collected in the flow screen. So then we can activate it and we can add it in the screen wherever you want. So I will tell you the options how to distribute this flow with the different options, whether it is in the record page or via email or via the quick options in the next video. Okay. So if you have any questions, please ask in the comments.